section with you, go get your crystals. It amplifies their work, all right? Yeah, there's been a lot of interesting goings on with the sports world. And guys, again, if you want to see results on the work we do, well, that's a big one. And sometimes, it's got to get really dark before people really awaken. And you got to say thank you, Trump, for being a jerk and making it really personal, not just for one black man who's standing up, Colin Kirkpatrick, who's standing up against police brutality. And actually, he was kneeling, okay? And then a few others started, and then Trump got into it. God, that man just loves to stir it up. Oh, yeah, like he's got nothing better to do to keep everybody's attention off of Russia and his dealings. Anyway, so he went after the football players and just said anybody who kneeled was disrespecting the flag and it was an SOB. And of course, it got all those guys mad. Yay! And they kind of rallied together and said, we're not standing with you at all. We're not kneeling with you either. And they knelt and they stood up to Trump. That's pretty cool to see. So we'll see what they do this weekend. But I came across this article by Kenneth J. Uva, and it's called Anthems, Flag Kneeling, and Patriotism. And I have to say, he couldn't have said it any better. So when fashion comes to America, it will be wrapped in a flag and carrying a cross. And that was Sinclair Lewis said that. Now we're going to break your window, said in response to a decal on my car incorporating the American flag and the peace symbol during the Vietnam War. Events of the past week have once again raised issues that come to the surface periodically in the U.S. What exactly is the meaning of patriotic symbols and gestures? What role do the flag, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the national anthem play in our American lives? What is someone protesting when they challenge these symbols? The current controversy started when one football player knelt in protest over police treatment of African Americans. Obviously, Colin Kaepernick believes that the national anthem is an important symbol since he used it to make his point. President Trump sees it as an important symbol since he used these incidents to attack those who protested, saying they should be fired. And by firing up an Alabama audience with a speech about the flag and what should be done with those who don't respect it. And, the Alabama audience was pretty white. As we have seen with regard to football players kneeling rather than standing for the Star-Spangled Banner, these symbols mean different things to different people. What we do know, however, is that they can stir passions. It is time, perhaps, to discuss exactly what the flag, the national anthem, and the pledge actually represent. The answer is that they stand for our country and for patriotism. The slightly less answer is that they represent American values. Now, here then is a good starting point to look into these matters. What are American values? Ask most Americans, and they will say something like freedom and equality. Yet, those are vague words that mean different things to different people. When I was growing up, and my father was only 10 years or so back from World War II, to me, American values meant freedom from fascist oppression. Southern segregationists, on the other hand, waved the American flag in their rallies against civil rights and school desegregation. George Wallace saw freedom as the absence of a federal government telling a state that it must admit an African American to the university. During the Vietnam War, the flag was waved by those who supported the war. There were the people who considered themselves patriot, who at times physically beat up peace demonstrators in the name of patriotism. If one watches the current Ken Burns documentary on the Vietnam War, the real patriots were those who tried to stop a war that was based upon lies by those who prosecuted the carnage, knowing the war could not be won. How truly patriotic were those who sent American troops to die or be maimed, or who caused the deaths of untold numbers of Vietnamese. Patriotism and its symbols is strongly felt rallying point for many of the American people, but has often been wielded as a cynical smokescreen by those in power. For those of us who remember America, love it or leave it, and support for the boys were popular bumper stickers meant to counter anti-war sentiment in the Vietnam War era. So what really is patriotism? It's easy to claim to be patriotic if it means loyalty to the country in the abstract, but the country is made up of people with different ideas, of different religions and colors and sexuality. How much talk of patriotism and to make America great again is actually directed against a large portion of the population. There's a large contingent of people supported by the Trump administration who are arguing before the Supreme Court for their right not to serve gay people. The administration is trying to get rid of dreamers, people who were brought here illegally as children, but who have led clean, productive lives in the U.S. And he was at Battery Park this weekend, and he could actually swear the Statue of Liberty was weeping. Now, I consider myself a patriotic American, but my patriotism extends to those who have not been treated equally due to their sex, their sexuality, or race, who might lose health care, who are victims of economic inequality, and who are not able to partake in all the good stuff we expect as Americans. You can't say you love your country, yet hate half the people in it. If our patriotic symbols stand for anything, they stand for the right to protest, to disagree with the conventional wisdom, and to rattle cages. This country got its start by those who rattled the cage. And the cage was rattled by abolitionists, suffragists, civil rights fighters, and feminists, and even a football player. All right, guys, you got your crystal? All right, so let's do some light and energy work. All right, so if you're going to participate, sit down and try to sit up as straight as you can. You know, hold your crystal in your hands and put your hands in your lap. And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to start taking some gentle, neat, deep breaths, but not so you hyperventilate on me. And I want you to inhale light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you, and imagine that energy going through the violet flame back to God, and you start filling up with this incredible, intense, high energy from God. And now we're going to imagine from the top of your head also your silver antenna going up past the roof, the stars, the planets, and reconnecting with the Creator. Now this higher energy is coming down the silver cord, pouring into the top of your head and just flowing through your body. Let it flow down your arms. Feel it flow out your hands, down your spine. Feel that energy flow all the way down your legs, out your feet, and feel yourself reconnect to the earth. So now in your mind's eye, you're going to imagine yourself in this huge stadium filled with all these loving people who are ready to do this incredible light work, selfless service. And in the center of the stadium, we're going to put a huge crystal, 100-ton, that's going to amplify our work. And we're going to do bubbles of light and put the energy work in that. And you're just going to blast that bubble. And we're going to really manifest this. So in your mind's eye, you've got people to the right, you've got people to the left. It's one huge circle. And imagine yourself holding their hands. And now allow this energy to flow down your right arm, out your right hand, into the person next to you. And the energy is flowing to the right. And as it flows to the right, we're going to call to our guardian angels to stand between us and feel them put their hands over yours to amplify our work. We're going to call to your divine mates, wherever they are, and ask that they send a soul self. And feel that soul self, your divine mate, stand behind you and put their hands on your shoulders and feel yourself become one with your divine mate, your twin flame, your twin soul. And as the energy flows to the right, we're going to call in all the gods and goddesses, past, present, and future, our ancestors, air, earth, fire, and water, all the other angels. I'm going to ask that they're going to add their energy to what we're doing tonight. We're going to ask all the people doing light and energy and prayer work that they add their energy to what we're doing tonight. Now send love and light to the left. And as the energy flows to the left, the circle is now closed. So only that which is light may enter. And we're going to invite the trees in and to take this energy, and they're going to send it into the earth. So the earth can feel this high vibration, and out through the tree branches, the antennas, the tree antennas, it's going to be sent out all the way around the earth. So all life forms can feel this energy work. We're going to call to all the earth keepers, all the rock stones, crystals, minerals on the planet, the crystal grid around Washington, the Smithsonian Institute, all the rock stones and crystals there, the museum. And we're going to ask that they all link up to this big crystal in the center and amplify our work 100,000-fold. We call them all the grids, ley lines, meridians, domes, obelisks, pyramids, all the sacred and holy spots to lock into our work tonight. And I'm going to ask that everyone receives a healing and that you guide us into doing not our will, but thy will be done. So be it. So release their hands and, hold your crystal and direct that toward the center to amplify our work tonight. So I want you to take a deep breath, and as you exhale, we're going to form a bubble of light in the center. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put everyone that has gone through a disaster. Doesn't matter whether it's the United States, Florida, Texas, the fires out west, Puerto Rico. Disasters are happening all over the earth, guys. So we're going to put in all these people in this bubble, and let's send all these people to their heart chakras, this beautiful, gentle energy of love. And see this pink come from your heart to everyone's in the center. And in this bubble of light, we're also going to put in all their families, whether or not, they're in that area or not, because trust me, they're going through trauma also. So we're going to send the violet flame to all those areas where people have experienced a natural disaster. And see the violet flame being amplified now, releasing all those people from post-traumatic stress and the trauma and the shock they may be experiencing. And again, let's surround them in a pink flame of love. In your mind's eye, see everyone in this pink flame of love. And we're going to ask that everyone is reconnected to the Creator to again become an awakened spiritual being. Now, see everyone being filled with new ideas on how to move forward and rebuild their lives. And we also see the government releasing the needed funds so people can rebuild their lives. So chant with me. May divine peace, calm, and divine inspiration descend on all now. May divine peace, calm, divine inspiration descend on all now. May divine peace, calm, and divine inspiration descend on all now. So now let's give attention to Puerto Rico and what's happening there. And we're going to call to the governor and all those people that are in charge over there to cut through the red tape. They've got food, water sitting there in containers because their problem is that they don't have the trucks to ship it. See them opening the containers and just distributing it now to the people, and see all the people and on the island that can get through to those areas. See them getting the food and taking it to the areas that are in need. People helping people. See the government getting out of the way and opening up those containers. And we're going to call the higher selves of those that are in charge. So again, release the red tape and release the needed supplies now. And let this be done with joy. And for those that are in the hospital and any of the natural disasters, in any hospitals, we're going to surround them in angel light, the energy of angel light. And the blue flame of protection, the violet flame of transmutation. We're going to seal them in the pink flame of love and call to their higher selves. And let's just send them all kinds of energy to help them maintain until they can get what they need. And fill all those people up in all the hospitals with energy, and especially now the doctors and all the healthcare providers. Let's send them all energy, the first responders. Let them all recharge and regenerate so they can do their jobs in helping people. And again, we're going to call the higher self of the governor on the island to release and open the containers. And start calling to the clubs, to all the organizations out there. People helping people. And see the food and everything being distributed. We're going to call to their higher selves of everyone that's going to be involved in the distribution. And we're going to ask that they all get together in the higher planes in a little group energy. Put their egos aside. Be very efficient, very organized now in getting this all the food out, the water out, medical supplies out. Gas, whatever is needed, out. All right, fill it all up with light and love, and more love, and more light, and more light, and more light. These people really, really need it. And in all these natural disasters, guys, see people and towns coming together and helping each other. See communities being reformed. See people helping people. And that it brings everybody joy. Let it bring the best of everyone out. All right, let's fill this up again with more light and more love And take a deep breath and release it. All right, so let's again take a gentle deep breath and create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, let's put Trump and Korea. So let light unite as we combine our creative energies as one. Let's call divine peace, divine calm, divine peaceful thoughts, divine mutual beneficial solutions of peace, divine inspiration on how both sides can stand down without losing face, descending down on all decision makers and military in both North and South Korea, as well as the United States now. Let us remove all war energy from around Trump, his staff, and the Pentagon decision makers, replacing it with divine calm and divine logic that will create peace. We called Ganesha to put up all kinds of blocks in Trump's path of starting any more wars, nor able to go pre-strike on Korea nor any other country. We also call on the higher selves of everyone in the Senate and the Congress to put all their egos aside and stop all Trump's military actions now. See Trump being impeached and all his cabinet being fired and replaced with human light workers that really care about the country and the people. See this violet flame being anchored in Korea, China, Pentagon, and anywhere Trump is residing at any given time. The flame is now transmuting all energy of war, allowing the situation to neutralize itself, creating peace. We call to all elementals to join us now and infest all military equipment that either side will use against each other and on their own kind to break this equipment down. We call to the fleas, mice, rats, snakes, bees, and all insects to now infest all military equipment as well as mold, rust, and fleas infesting all the computers used to launch any military rockets. We also cut ties to all the elementals of war to their masters and all who will operate them. Violet flame them to transmute all dark energies to light. We send the angel light energy to heal them now. See all this equipment being reconnected to the Creator, filling up with light and now choosing to be neutral, to not work correctly and keep being unfunctional. We call the higher selves of all decision makers and ask them to step forward into the light and reconnect to the Creator, making decisions of peace. And if you choose not to, which is your free will, we ask your higher self to put you in a position of harmlessness, meaning you have a great desire to be with your families and retire, replacing you with a person of peace. Let's call divine peace, divine calm, divine peaceful thoughts, divine mutually beneficial solution of peace, divine inspiration on how both sides can stand down without losing face, descending down on all decision makers and military in both North and Korea and South Korea, as well as the United States and Trump now. Let's call divine peace, divine calm, divine peaceful thoughts, divine mutually beneficial solutions of peace, divine inspiration on how both sides can stand down without losing face, descending down on all decision makers and military in both North and South Koreas, as well as the United States and Trump now. One more time. Let's call divine peace, divine calm, divine peaceful thoughts, divine mutually beneficial solution of peace, divine inspiration on how both sides can stand down without losing face, descending down on all decision makers and military in both North and South Koreas, as well as the United States and Trump now. Let the energy of Mercury in retrograde allow all their plans to fall apart. Nevertheless, not our will, but thy will be done. And let's fill it up with light and love and take a deep breath and release it. All right, so we're going to create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put all the Nazis and all their sacred symbols that they misuse. So please join me in neutralizing this dark energy that has taken hold of the planet. Cancel, clear, cancel, clear, cancel, clear. In the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command that all Nazi swastika symbols are reversed, so the energy now brings in peace and prosperity back to the earth and humanity. Every time anyone looks at a Nazi swastika, see the energy being reversed into its correct positive direction. We cut the ties to anyone whose intent is to misuse any sacred symbols. We call the violet flame through them to clean them up, and we reconnect those symbols to the divine. See these energies being reversed to their positive, correct direction now. If the symbol was used to set humanity's collective solar plexus backwards, we now reverse directions and see humanity moving forward in light and love. I command that any portals, Stargate's time portals, including the time portal at Montauk, being used for the dark purpose of manipulating time or allowing dark forces from other dimensions on the planet, be cut from those that are misusing them, closed and sealed forever. Made invisible and moved so they cannot reopen them. Imagine any machines being used for this purpose breaking down now. We're also going to put in all the sigils that are used to open up any dark portals on the planet and anything that represents them on the planet, including our electrical grid, telephone poles. And I'm talking about the shape of these. The wireless, even car parts. We're going to cut ties to all those sigils that are opening up portals with the intent of opening up portals to the dark side. So as they're cut from that energy, we call the violet flame through them to clean them up, the angel light energy to heal. We fill them up with love. We're going to command these sigils to be neutral. We're going to make their portals also invisible and move them. And we're going to seal and shut them with cement. They're invisible and they can no longer be opened. Standing magic symbols again and rituals being used to rent veils between inner dimensions be rendered harmless. We ask that all who try and run Vril machines become confused so the machines do not function properly. As Vril energy is corrected, see humanity becoming conscious and focused on their divine spiritual growth, bringing the golden age into manifestation. I ask that all that misuse of Vril energy be tied and bound as Vril machines are cut from their masters and any byproduct from Vril, including any psychokinetic energy, mind-altering, manipulating machines, and any Tesla invention. I cut these elementals from their master, cleansing them with the violet flame, fill the elementals up with love, and command them to neutralize themselves by breaking down and no longer functioning. This includes any machines, computers connected to the Elf Heart programs, any microwave cell phone towers, airplanes, spy satellites, jets, helicopters creating chemtrails, and the Montauk program, and the CERN, and the HARP. I ask anyone trying to misuse the Vril energy through the use of sound, color, water, chemicals, drugs, etc. to stop now. Step forward into the light and help us bring the earth into the golden age peacefully. Stop manipulating humankind by creating apocalyptic energy. If you choose not to work with the light in a peaceful way, I ask your higher self and guardian angel to put you in a position of harmlessness. I ask Michael the Archangel to cut all energy and money sources from all those that misuse the Vril energy, redirecting that energy to light workers to put towards their divine missions and making their lives prosperous and comfortable. We cut all ties and magical contracts the Anunnaki Satan had with the Roman Vatican Church Empire and with Hitler. All concordats are now dissolved by the violet flame, healed in the angelite, and reconnected to the Creator, now becoming neutral or only emitting love. The energy of the first through the Fourth Reich is now dissolved. Nevertheless, not our will, but thy will be done. So be it. And let's take a deep breath and release it. All right, let's create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put the Satan Lucifer energy and cut that energy from the entertainment industry. So we're going to put in all the entertainers, no matter what they do, on the planet. All right, let there be light. In the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command. We cancel clear all Illuminati thoughts that it's their destiny to rule. We cancel clear the law of Thelma, which is there is no law beyond do what thou wilt. We cancel clear all pledges to the Rock Nation, Gotti, and the Rain Man. We cancel clear the energy that is creating a satanic religion out of hip-hop music. We cancel clear all ties to all Illuminati references, symbols of the Temple of the Sun. Cancel clear, cancel clear, cancel clear. We command Michael and your band of angels to cut ties to all satanic symbols, including the obelisk, dome, eye, triangle, pyramid, the five-pointed star, black and white checkerboard, squares, masquerade, Illuminati balls, including people wearing the costume masks, black cats, and the all-seeing eye, as well as subliminal messages that show one eye being covered, a shape of a pyramid, the sun, owl, a rainbow, Baphomet, and the sun, and the sign with the 666 made with their fingers, including the devil's horn sign. We're going to violet flame all that energy to neutralize and transmute all those subliminal symbols and signs. We anchor the violet flame in all the pictures that show these signs, especially in entertainment of all kinds, including anything recorded on TV, movies, videos, radio, computer art, magazines, YouTube videos that can be rebroadcast, as well as all concerts promoting Satan. We now anchor the violet flame in all satanic Luciferian concerts, lectures, all entertainment, done, past, present, and future. As the violet flame blazes through this misused energy, it transmutes to love, and now nothing but love flows from these concerts. We cut all energy ties these satanic artists send out to the audience during the concerts to lower everyone's energy and vibrations and to amplify their own dark works. As we cut this energy to pieces, the violet flame automatically transmute that energy to light, so the audience receives an energy that will awaken them, so they now see truth, walk out of the concerts, and stop supporting satanic artists that have sold their souls to Satan. We call the higher selves of all concert goers and ask that if it's for their highest good, they are now reconnected to the Creator, then let it be done now. As they become awakened spiritual beings, the veils are lifted from them so they see clearly how they're being used and stop supporting these satanic artists. Not buying their clothing, records, tapes, movies. Let all these people be awakened to the trends these satanic artists are trying to start and choose not to be a part of it. We ask the divine to remove the veils around all these concert goers, fans, letting them now hear the words of the songs, see the satanic symbols, and choose not to buy the records, nor support these satanic people in any way. Instead, let the fans become aware of the artists that have held true and not sold their souls. See all these artists that have held true being given lots of abundance and, of course, support. I command Michael the Archangel to go and cut the ties these demon forces have attached themselves to, including entertainers, singers, actors, comedians, athletes, people, places, animals, in any concert or public venue. As the demonic forces are cut, we cut tie and bind them, send them through the violet flame to clean up their energies, and we send them back to God, filling that space up with an angel of love. We cut the ties to all rituals calling to the demonic forces that are done in any concert or public venue, anchoring the violet flame to transmute that energy back to light. We cut ties to all music that has had magic done to it to be successful, as well as satanic magic rituals conjuring up demons and commanding them to attach themselves to the master copies of music and music videos. We cut these demons from all album covers and music. Tie and bind them, sending them through the violet flame to transmute their energies back to light and send them back to God. We now fill that space up with an angel of enlightenment. We cut ties to all energy chants and songs to the Rain Man, the Devil, Ella, Illuminati, New World Order, Chips and Stacks, Gotti and Set. Again, send that violet flame through all these satanic references, completely neutralizing it, transmuting it back to love, to light. Amplify the energy of the violet flame to burn throughout the world between the hours of 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. to counter any dark magic being done at those times. As the flame blazes, it transmutes all that satanic magic to light, becoming neutral, harming nothing. For those people that want to leave the club of Satan, and if it's for their highest good, we cut ties to all oaths, vows, rituals, sexual orgies that people are made to do to join the club of Lucifer. May they be guided to people who will help them regain their souls and their lives back. We also cut ties to all the writings on the George's guide stones, again, anchoring the violet flame to the stones to transmute and neutralize all written words. We call to the Creator to remove all veils of confusion, darkness, and all magic over all our children as they reconnect to the Creator. Let them awaken to the light and choose to stay away from satanic artists and their music. To also remove all veils over the parents so they're able to see clearly the satanic signs, hear the words, and not allow their kids to listen nor partake in any concerts that flash satanic hand signs and subliminal messages. See people awaken and stop supporting satanic entertainers, musicians, athletes, politicians that have sold their souls to the devil for fame. See these concert halls empty when satanic sellouts want to bring their tours into town. And we again ask them to step forward in the light and stop doing their works of evil. And if they choose to continue, which is their free will, we ask their higher selves and guardian angels to put them in a position of harmlessness. We surround them in a bubble of mirror. The mirror faces them. It's 2 inches from their nose with the violet flame in it to transmute that energy. And the bubble of mirror stays up 24/7, 365 days a year until they do works of good. So they have no forward movement. Alrighty, fill it all up with light and love, and let's take a deep breath and release it. All right, again, let's create another bubble of light. And we are going to put Trump in this bubble of light. And we're going to call to all the crystals in Washington, D.C. area to amplify light and transparency everywhere in the Capitol. I guess we better put all of Washington, D.C. in this bubble of light, huh? So be it, and we shall do it. We ask the Creator to remove all energy overlays that is keeping the public from seeing all the unnecessary expenses that the Trump family is creating, that the public is paying for. See the mass general public demanding Trump either stop going on as many vacation trips to Mar-a-Lago or any of his golf clubs, or pay for the trips himself. No longer using taxpayer funds. Call the higher selves of everyone in the United States to realize that Donald Trump not only is a con, he's a white racist, and is a national security threat. We ask that every American, Republican, and Democrat needs to demand that their representatives, judicial and elected, stand up and insist that the Trump administration be suspended or put on pause until questions are answered completely and satisfactorily to an independent investigative panel with full judicial oversight. We call to Michael the Archangel to remove all overlays of magic that is keeping the Congress and Senate from standing firm and putting Trump on presidential time out now. See the Trump administration be suspended or put on pause and not being able to eliminate or put any new programs in action until all questions are answered. See Congress and Senate making Donald Trump show all his tax returns. All right. And we're going to ask Donald really to step forward in the light and start seeing all people as family, no matter what their color, and start acting for the highest good of all. And we're also going to call the higher self of Bob Mueller and everybody that's working with him. And we're going to ask Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, to remove all the obstacles that are in their way so they get all the necessary paperwork that they need to impeach Trump and or prison time. I kind of like the prison time, but whatever's for his highest good. And the family. And see Mueller getting all this information, let it be sent to him quickly, let him be able to take it and be really efficient, organized, move forward and be totally protected so Trump cannot touch him. All right, now let's fill this up with light and love and take a deep breath and release it. All right, we're going to put in all the people on the planet in this bubble of light. We're going to awaken the living zombies. Let there be light. We call the Creator and Archangel Michael to remove all veils and overlays from all life forms, humans, reptilians, or extraterrestrials that was created by reptilian satanic magicians that is keeping all these life forms from reconnecting to the Creator to become conscious, awakened spiritual beings. As this unwanted energy is removed from all these life forms, we see them begin to reconnect to the Creator. Their hearts are now unblocking, so they start having feelings and emotions that are kinder in nature, hearts filled with compassion. We now see the reptilian part of their brain begin to shut down, disconnecting them from all the satanic rituals that bound them together, resulting in the God brain being reactivated. I called to Michael the Archangel to cut all ties to any dark force that is around any human and all life forms. We tie and bind that dark force, send it through the violet flame to clean the energy up, and send it back to the divine. We replace that energy with the energy of divine enlightenment. So chant with me. May divine enlightenment descend around everyone now. May divine enlightenment be activated within everyone now. May divine enlightenment descend around everyone now. May divine enlightenment be activated within everyone now. One more time. May divine enlightenment descend around everyone now. May divine enlightenment be activated within everyone now. We called all the rock stones, minerals, and earth keepers to now amplify enlightenment energy to help everyone awaken to light. See, all ties binds blood oaths and bee swarm mentality being cut between the dark magicians, whether an individual or group or anyone trying to create a new world order through dark satanic rituals. Let all the energies from any and all ceremonies automatically neutralize as we anchor the violet flame to their ritual sites so the magicians will gain no strength or power. This will result in the collapse of all their projects and plans. We ask that all veils of darkness that is around anyone in the U.S. or planet that is keeping people from becoming conscious beings be removed and replaced with a connection to their spiritual selves, becoming conscious beings. I call to everyone's higher self and ask their higher selves now allow all strands of everyone's DNA to reconnect and be realigned with the divine with such a high healing energy that will keep anything from affecting the DNA and mutating it for any reason. See all strands of everyone's DNA reconnect to the creator, allowing the DNA to keep its proper divine shape, healthy and functioning. See all dark veils that surround our strands being cleansed by the violet flame, and everyone reawakening to their divinity and spiritual reconnection to the divine. See the creator adding an extra DNA strand that is a direct connection to source. I ask the creator to send down the energy of love from the pink ray to be beamed down to all living things on earth, and charge that the angel and goddess of love instill in all reptilians and humans the inner knowledge that we are all God and all one. Then with much divine love transform all humanity to become loving, tolerant, non-judgmental, and non-racist. We ask that all persons with negative feelings or emotion toward others step into the violet flame, then into the light. Let all humanity embrace diversity and move into a future of love and faith in God themselves and each other. We send divine light to everyone's brains and hearts, extraterrestrials, reptilians, and humans. Remove that energy of white racism and all that divides the masses. I ask that the energy of all racism be removed by Michael the Archangel, cutting the ties with his sword of blue flame since the creation of the planet until now. Let this be trailed by the violet fire to transmute all back to light. Let those thought forms be replaced with divine love. I ask the goddess of truth into everything on the planet that is trying to hide racism and bring it up to the surface and protect those that are bringing the truth forward. That she brings forward all secrets and hidden agendas. The Illuminati, the Aryan Nation, the Antioch Baptist Church, the KKK Nazi Party, all dark politicians, skinheads, etc., are hiding or disguising regarding their practices. Let all energy veils be removed from humankind. So the divine may again come through. I command that all persons with negative feelings or emotion toward others step into the violet flame and onto the light. I call divine light, divine wisdom, divine caring, compassion to everyone's heart now and direct that energy toward the reptilian part of the brain. I command Michael to cut all ties and soul memory to the reptilian dinosaur energy as the light enters, changing all cells and atoms to divine balancing both male and female. See the violet flame blaze through the reptilian part of the brain, cleansing and purifying. Fill the brain up with divine thoughts, raising all consciousness to divine, letting kindness, caring, and love come through now. For those stuck beings, I ask the creator to shut their reptilian brain down and activate their divine God brain. We see those beings becoming awakened spiritual beings that now know better than to hurt or harm any life form. We cut ties to all fifth dimensional energy frequency vents around the earth that is creating a dark energy overlay over the earth to control and harness human consciousness. We cut ties to all machines that are affecting us in the third world through frequencies, vibrations, and sound that is directed at the electromagnetic fields to create negativity and chaos. We cancel clear all frequencies that are suppressing light, giving humans an oppressed feeling. We now send a golden solar energy through these frequencies that shift the grid so people feel positive, happy, and see their life's missions and purposes. Let's send a golden solar energy through the Earth's morphogenetic grid that neutralizes any dark energy that wants to control the grid. We also command that all Nazi swastika symbols are reversed. So the energy now brings in peace and prosperity back to the earth and humanity. Every time anyone looks at a Nazi swastika, see the energy being reversed into its correct positive direction. May divine enlightenment descend around everyone now. May divine enlightenment be activated within everyone now. Let's do it 2 more times. May divine enlightenment descend around everyone now. May divine enlightenment be activated within everyone now. May divine enlightenment descend around everyone now. May divine enlightenment be activated within everyone now. So let's fill it up with light and love and take a deep breath and release it. Woo! So let's do one really quick more bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, I want to put in all your missions, all your purposes. And I'm going to ask that they're filled up with so much energy that you've got positive forward movement. I want you to be in this bubble of light. Let yourselves recharge and regenerate and fill up with so much light that you magnetize everything that you need to you. Money, people to work with, opportunities, whatever. Let's fill this up with light and love and fill it up with joy and take a deep breath and release it. All right, let's do 3 ohms. Come on, you can do the ohms with me. 1 and a 2 and a Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all the beings in all the world be happy. So be it. All right, guys. We're going to release all the divine beings that worked with us. I need you to ground. Put your feet flat on the floor. Put your crystals down and feel that earth energy come up. Feel yourself become to ground, back in body. Feel yourself very, very centered. And for those of you that are still lightheaded after the show, please go outside and hug a tree. Put your hands on the tree, send energy into the tree for only 30 seconds and ask the tree to send you back, ground you. Send energy back and you will ground. Eat something that'll help you ground. Maybe take a nice shower or a bath. That'll help you ground. Stone hematite is awesome. That will also help you ground. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for tuning in tonight and participating. We really need the light out there, don't we? So, in between shows, you still can chant, may divine enlightenment descend on everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. That hasn't stopped, guys. Still need to do it. And again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. You can catch me also on my Facebook page, Cathy Bilsky. A lot of the shows are up on my YouTube channel under Cathy Bilsky. I'm on Google Plus and LinkedIn. And I put all the light work, all the energy work, definitely on Facebook. All right. So you can see what I'm doing. You can participate daily. We got to keep that light high. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I am not in for a Nazi world. Okay, so let's amplify the light. And with that, I ask that everyone receive a heart's or maybe 2 or 3 desires this week. Aloha.